Have you ever stopped to think about how your body can be so incredibly strong but also super flexible? It's kind of a paradox, right? Well, get ready, because we're about to look at your own body's architecture in a totally new way. Let's jump right into this fascinating idea called tensegrity.
All right, so first things first, we've got to tackle a really common idea about how our bodies are put together. An idea that, as you'll see, is kind of missing a huge piece of the puzzle. So let's kick things off with a big question.
No, really, think about it for a second. Is your skeleton just a stack of bones? Like one bone neatly piled on top of the next, all just fighting against gravity?
I mean, that's the way we've always been taught, right? The traditional view is that our skeleton is basically a scaffold. Kind of like a stack of bricks. A rigid frame that's always under compression. Your head pushes down on your neck on your spine, all the way down. It's a compression stack.
But hold on. If that was really how it worked, wouldn't a simple jump send a massive jarring shockwave right up your spine? And how in the world could we bend and twist and move with any kind of grace? It doesn't really add up, you know? There's got to be a better explanation for how we're built.
And there is. That better way is a principle called tensegrity. And trust me, this concept is an absolute game changer. Not just for architects building cool structures, but for understanding our own living, breathing bodies.
So what on earth is it? Well, the word itself is pretty cool. It's a mashup of tensional and integrity, and what it describes is a system where the hard parts, let's call them struts, aren't actually touching each other. They're not stacked at all. Instead, they're kind of floating, held in perfect suspension by a continuous web of tension, almost like cables.
The easiest way to think about it, it's a perfect balance between push and pull. It's this beautiful, elegant dance between opposing forces. So forget about stacking and crushing. This is all about floating and balancing. The outward push from the struts is held in check by the inward pull from that tension network.
Okay, to really get how this works, we need to zoom in on those two key players, the tension and the compression. And there's a really important distinction here. So check this out. On one side, you have the tension. This is a continuous force, like an interconnected web that's pulling everything together. But on the other side, you've got compression, and this is discontinuous. The struts are isolated, they're separate, and they're pushing outward. The key is they don't actually touch each other. They're just held in this incredible dynamic balance by that web.
Okay, so let's imagine we're building one, just in our minds. Step 1, you take all your hard parts, the struts, and you just let them float. They aren't touching. Step 2, you weave this continuous net of tension all around them, connecting everything, and that's it. Suddenly, a super stable yet really flexible and responsive system just emerges. It's pretty amazing.
And here's the magic trick. Because of this design, when you apply force to any single part of the structure, that force gets distributed instantly across the whole thing. It doesn't get stuck in one spot. This is why these things are incredible at absorbing shock, and they can be ridiculously strong while staying super lightweight.
Okay, cool concept, right? But what does this have to do with you? Well, here it is. This is exactly how your body is built. You are a walking, talking, living, breathing, tensegrity structure.
This is the big aha moment, so let's map it out. Those discontinuous compression struts we talked about, those are your bones. That's right, your bones aren't stacked on top of each other. And that continuous tension network, the cables holding it all together, that's your fascia, that incredible web of connective tissue that runs through your entire body, working together with your muscles.
Just let that sink in for a minute. This completely flips the old model on its head. It means your bones aren't what's holding you up. It's the integrated, balanced network of your muscles and fascia that's holding your bones in place.
So picture this. Your entire skeleton is literally floating inside this dynamic, intelligent web of soft tissue. Your bones are being suspended, stabilized, and moved by this tensional matrix. You are not a stack of bricks. You are a dynamic, living web of tension and bone.
All right, so this is a really cool idea, I get it, but so what? What are the practical takeaways here? Why does seeing your body this way actually matter day to day?
Oh, the benefits are huge. Let's run through them. First up, resilience. When you jump and land, the shock doesn't slam into one joint. It gets spread out across that entire fascial network. Way better protection. Second, flexibility. Real movement isn't just about bending your knee or elbow. It's a whole body event. The entire system adjusts and moves together. And third, efficiency. You can move with so much more grace and less effort because your body is designed to work as one balanced, interconnected unit.
Once you get this, it can honestly change how you approach, well, everything. Fitness, posture, even healing. Instead of just doing bicep curls, you can start thinking about training the connections between muscles. Instead of trying to force yourself into a perfect, rigid posture, you can work on creating balanced tension. And when you feel pain, you might stop seeing it as just a local issue and start looking at how the whole system is working.
So here's the last thing I want to leave you with. If this model is true, if a problem in your foot could actually be changing the tension all the way up in your neck, if simply breathing in a more balanced way could help realign your spine, then how does this new, interconnected view of your body change your personal map of how you think about strength, injury, and healing?